Hello everyone, in today's video I will show you Huawei Firewall basic initialization and overview. Here you can see the firewall USG6000 series has already been installed. On the right side you can see management and console port. Now let me connect the UTP cable with the management port. You can see here one side connected with the firewall, another side I will connect with my laptop. Just connect this UTP cable with the laptop. Let's move to the screen. The first thing, the default IP of the firewall is 192.168.0.1 on Huawei Firewall. Just click on the Ethernet setting adapter. Just click on IPv4 and set the IP address. I have set 192.168.0.2 on my laptop from the same subnet. Just click OK and just check the IP address, IP config, and my laptop. You can see here 192.168.0.2. And let's ping the firewall IP, default IP of the Huawei Firewall 0.1, and the IP is pingable. That's good. Now put this IP address on the browser. Just open any browser and 192.168.0.1, just enter. And here you need to click on advanced and proceed, continue with this IP address. The first thing on the Huawei Firewall, you need to create the account first. Just write admin, but this one 6 character is must. Just write admin1 and create the password and confirm the password. Just after this you need to click on create. The account created successfully. Just click OK. Now you need to log in with the username admin1 and the password. Just now we have configured the password during the account creation, and put here the captcha code like DKMP and just click on login. Now the Huawei Firewall is logging with the GUI interface. Here you can see, just close this and you can see the startup wizard. There are multiple options like basic configuration. You can set the device name. For example, I will set active firewall 1. And the time setting, you can set the configuration mode for the time like manual, or if you have any NTP server in your network, you can set here, as it's depend on your requirement. Just for example, I will select like the local server from the configuration mode, and you can select the time zone. Just click on don't show again and click on next. Now the next, there are deployment mode. In the Huawei Firewall there are two modes. One is the gateway mode, we call it layer 3 mode, and the second one is the transparent mode. Layer 2 mode, this actually we can use in some data center environment. If you click on the left side, you can see this blue tick. It means this mode is selected. Just click on confirm. And the next is the security policy configuration. Like you can select some zone, or you can configure static IP DHCP on the multiple interfaces. There are multiple options in the startup wizard. You can configure even from the start. There are multiple options, but let me close this option and I will show you the main graphical interface. Here you can see the firewall model is 6525 USG6000F Series, and there are multiple options: dashboard, monitor. Under the monitor there are multiple options like logs, reports, and some session tables. The other one is the policy, like security policy option. Here you can see there is one by default security policy already configured on Huawei Firewall with the name of default, and source and destination as any. And under the action, this is deny. This is the default policy on Huawei Firewall. Actually this policy is mostly in all vendors. The default action is deny. Now the next option is object, like if you want to create some applications templates or some services, you can create from here. But the most important part is the network. These are the physical interfaces under the networks. if you want to configure some interface, you need to click on the interface option. Just click on the interface. Or the second method, you can just click on the edit button from the right side. Just go to the right side and click on the edit button here. By this way, you can configure interface. The virtual system as public. This is by default. VPN instances also you can keep as by default. The important part is zone. If you want to bind this interface with some zone, I will add this in the trust zone. You can select trust zone. The next part is the access management. This is very important. You can allow HTTPS, HTTP ping. Sometimes mostly engineers are saying the firewall is not pingable. Actually, they did not allow this access management. And the next is the IP address option. You can configure IP address by static mode or DHCP. I will configure 10.0.0.1/24 and just select configure the gateway. And there is multiple options like interface, ingress bandwidth, egress bandwidth, or there is some MTU setting. It depends on your requirement. Just click OK. You can see here this interface has been configured, and this is bind with the trust zone. This is the trust zone. By this way, you can configure interface and bind with the zone. The next step, under the networks, there are zones. Like in Huawei Firewall, there are 4 by default zones: local, trust, untrust, and DMZ. And this interface just now we have added in the trust zone, GE0/0/0. And next, under the routing, there are multiple options. Like you can configure OSPF, BGP, some static routing, ISP route, like multiple option. Under the static route, by default there is no any static route and Huawei Firewall. If you want to configure static route, just click on add, and here you can put some source virtual router as public. By default you can put destination IP, next hop IP address, same like you are configuring the static route on any router. Under the system there are multiple options, but before that let me show you the policy, like how to create security policy and Huawei Firewall. Just click on policy and click on add security policy on the right side. Here you can assign the name, for example test, and policy group, but in our case there is no any policy group. Just keep as none. And zone, if you can select the source zone like trust. And address, I will select just any. You can configure a specific, like if you have some subnet. Under the destination, I will keep this zone. Just go to the zone and you can select untrust, like this security policy from the trust to the untrust. And under the address, you can select any, or you can click on the plus button here to select address or some group if you have some specific requirement. And under the services, you can select some protocol like ICMP, BGP, HTTP, or you can keep as any. And under the action, there are 2 modes, permit and deny. I will keep as permit. If you want to check this security policy configuration from the command, you can click here. There are some few commands. Sorry, because some engineers are comfort with the CLI. These are some 4 or 5 commands for this configuration. Just click OK. Now you can see the security policy has been configured with the name of test and the source and destination as trust, untrust, and the services as any, the action is permit. By this way, you can configure security policy and Huawei Firewall from the GUI interface. And that's perfect. Now the next, I will show you how to access the CLI inside the GUI interface. This is very important. Just click on the top CLI button. You can see here you can run some command like display interface brief, or you can check any command. This is very good option. Like inside the GUI, no need to SSH or telnet. Just you need to click on the CLI button. You can work as both in GUI interface, also in the CLI. You can check display version. Like this is complete CLI option inside the GUI. Just click on this collapse. Okay, that's perfect. Now if you want to save the configuration on Huawei Firewall, you can also save from the graphical interface on the top right corner. Just click on the save button. Here you can then click OK. You can save the configuration by this way. Okay, this was complete video for today. Some basic overview of Huawei Firewall. If you have any question, you can ask and comment. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.